channel. I am Maricita Colors in English. Today I will make a knitting pattern of this beautiful bracelet. I put a button and I made a buttonhole. Welcome to my channel. I am Maricita Colors in English. We begin. Empezamos. I will use the needle number 4.5 and 7 colors of the yarns. All the yarns must have the same size. My armband or bracelet only has 13 stitches. So now I will calculate the 13 stitches in the needle. 10, 11, 12, and 13. I let a little more and we let 3. And from here I will start to make the stitches on the needle aguja. We made the yarn in our fingers and from the center to the left, to the right, into the needle. Here I made in a slowly come from left to right on the needle. So I will make 13 stitches of this for my bracelet. Bracelet, pulsera en español. Yarn, lana en español. Needle, agujas en español. So I count 2, 4, 6, 10, 11, 11, 12 and 13. 13 stitches, 13 puntos. And here I will make the garter stitch, is this border. I will make 6 rows of this stitch. In the border 2, I made the garter stitch. From left to right, we catch the stitch, we pass the yarn, and this yarn stay in the right needle. This is the knit stitch. From left to right, we insert the needle, yarn over the needle, and this new yarn stay in the needle of the right. From left to right, yarn around the needle, and we make the knit stitch. We must make until that we finish this row. Row, hilera en español. Here I made the last knit stitch. Always pull a little for that our borders are uniform. We turn the knitting work, and here the first stitch I don't make the knit stitch. Only I pass in the needle of the right. And from the second I begin to make again the knit stitches. The garter stitch is the knit stitch in both sides. Garter stitch, punto Santa Clara en español. So like this I will make 6 rows. Always we turn the knitting work and I continue with the knit stitch. Here the first stitch always we pass to the needle of the right, and from the second we begin to make the knit stitch. Knit stitch, punto derecho en español. Un garter stitch, punto Santa Clara or punto bobo. All is knit stitch, and we made the 13 stitches. In my bracelet I have the same stitches. Always pull for that our border are uniform. When the yarn of the beginning is in the right side, this is the front of my bracelet or my thread. So I will back when I have the 6 rows of this garter stitch. Here I will show you the graphic, how I make. First, in the center, I make the lila, the green, the orange, the turquoise, the pink, the yellow, and the red are 7 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is in the center. You must use the same technique if you want to use another colors. The lila in the second row go to the left, 1 space to the left. Every color go to the left in the second row. Pink and yellow is the last. And the red go in the first place. This is the second row. The first, the second, and the third. This red goes to the left, the lila to the left, the green to the left, and here I made you the graphic. Like this you must make in your thread. You can use the colors that you prefer. And the borders, I made 3 lila in the left and 3 lila in the right with the garter stitch. I will show you now. Here I have the 6 rows and I am in the front of my work. The first I made the 3 garter stitch, that is 3 knit stitches. And here in the center I will use the knit stitch 2. I will begin with the lilac color, so I will use the same and I will make the lilac color in knit stitches. Now I will use the green color, color verde en español. I will make the knit stitch with this yarn. I will make the knit stitch. I catch the knit stitch or the yarn, the green yarn, with my link or right or left hand, and I make the knit stitch. We turn the knitting work and I make 2 knots with the little green and the big lila. I make 2 knots, nudos en español. Now comes the orange color, naranja en español. So I pass a little, nur, only a little, and I catch and I make the knit stitch and we turn the knitting work and I make again 2 knots with the little orange and the big green that was the previous stitch. This is only in this row we made this. In the next stitches or in the next rows is more easy. This is only the beginning of our bracelet. Now I will use the turquoise. I cut with the left hand and I make the knit stitch and again I make 2 knots with the little turquoise and the long orange. I must make 2 knots for that the new colors or the new yarns are together with my thread. Don't make so tight, a little loose, half and half. Always the previous color with the new color. Now I insert always first and I will make with the pink color now. And for the reverse I make the 2 knots or the 2 knots with the pink, the little pink and the long turquoise. Turquoise, turquesa, pink, pink en español too. After come the yellow and the red. Yellow, amarillo, and red, rojo en español. Again, the yellow, I make the knit stitch, and again the 2 knots with the little yellow, and the pink, the long pink. Always you must try to recognize this. It's a little to make with this, but it's beautiful, this thread. And now I must use the red color. Again, with the left hand, I catch and I make the knit stitch. I turn the knit work, and the little rod I make with the yellow, the two canots, dos nudos en español. Here I must have careful with the 3 stitches of the border. Now I have the seven colors. And now I must use the lila color. The lila color is almost in the beginning. So the lila color over all the yarns, I must make involve with the rod or red, rod in Dutch or in German, and from here I let a little space of my lila color. Look, I don't make so tight because I must give the space to the front of my lila yarn. I make the knit stitch, not so tight, a little loose, and with the red, look, with the red, I try to push the red color. And always you must to make a little loose and tight. And again, here, the 2 knit stitches. The border are 3 in the left and 3 in the right side. This is the first row. Here I have the 6 rows of the garter stitch. Always I made the colors in the front of my thread. Now in the reverse I make the 3 knit stitches. The first we pass, the second and the third knit stitch. And here in the reverse you can see the graphic. First the lila yarn into the front, and in the reverse you must make the second color. So after the red comes the yellow, so I must make the yellow first. We involve the 2 yarns and I will make the purl stitch with the yellow color. Purl stitch, and we push. Always we push a little and let a little loose and push a little. After this, after the yellow comes the pink. So now I must make with the pink color. You can see your graphic. In the graphic you can see how are the colors. I will make the purl stitch with the pink. Always you must involve the new color with the previous color. Always pull and we let a little loose and tight. After the pink comes the turquoise. So I involve the turquoise with the pink. We involve, and I will make the purl stitch with the turquoise. This is the same like in my graphic. You must make your graphic for that you know which color comes. After the turquoise comes the orange. The long orange, the long yarn, we involve with the turquoise. And now I make the purl stitch. Purl stitch punto revés en español. We pull and we tight a little. After the orange comes the green. So I involve the green with the orange. We envolvemos, and we make the purl stitch, el punto revés. We pull, we tight, and we let a little loose our thread. After the green color comes the lila. So the lila that is almost in the beginning, I must involve with the last stitch, that is the green. We involve 2 times, and I will make with the lila the purl stitch, and we pull the yarn. Always you must make the space to the yarn lila, because come from the beginning. Here I have the 7 or 6 colors, so I must make the last. The last color is the rot that was in the beginning. Rot is red. Rot is in Dutch or German. So here in the right we make this, and for the reverse come the opposite of our graphic. Green, lila, and red. Red, rojo, oder rot in German. And this red, we will make the purl stitch, and we must involve with the lila. And the rot or red goes, we make to the purl stitch. We make the purl stitch, and we let the space to the red for that our thread is not tied. And with the lila we cut the yarn. Tie, pull, loose the thread. And here the lila goes to the front or to the back for make the knit stitches. The border are 3. Always you must make these 3 in the beginning and at the end of our armband or bracelet. Now I am in the front of our thread. In the third row I must begin with the yellow color, amarillo en español. So I begin with the 3 knit stitches. The first always I pass and I make the 2 knit stitches. And we must catch the yellow color. This is the last in this previous row. Lila and yellow we must involve. And I must make with the yellow the knit stitches. The knit stitch. And always a little loose and a little tight. Always pull the yarn. After this, I must make the red color. The colors goes to the left. So the previous red go to the left. So yellow and red I involve and I make the knit stitch with the red color. It's better that you see always the graphic. After the red come the lila. So lila, the knit stitch, and now I must make the green because the green was previous this lila. So the colors go to the left. Now I must make the orange, naranja en español. So you must involve the last stitch, the last color, the green, with the new, that is the orange. The knit stitch, punto derecho en español. Now I find the turquoise that are the previous of the orange. So I make the turquoise with the orange, involve the yarns, and I make the knit stitch with the turquoise. And the previous from the turquoise was the pink. So I must make the pink, the knit stitch. Always you must see that you have the 7 colors. And now I find the 3 stitches with the of the border. We must make the knit stitch. I involve always the lila with the last color that was the pink, and we finish this row. This is the third row in the front. Yellow, red, lila, green, orange, turquoise, and pink. Like this, you must make the long of your bracelet that you prefer. Now I am in my bracelet. I will make the three knit stitches, and here I begin with the turquoise that was the last of this row. So I involve the turquoise with the lila. I make again the knit stitch. In the front, in the center is the knit stitch, and in the back, in the center with the colors is the purl stitch. Now I must make with the pink color that was the previous of our turquoise, and I make the pink with the turquoise I must involve. And I make the knit stitch, el punto derecho. After this come the yellow, the previous of the pink was the yellow, so I must make the yellow, I must involve with the pink. You must give the space to the yarns for that our thread is not so tight. Now I must make with the red color. So the red I must involve with the yellow. We must involve, and I make again the knit stitch. And always pull the yarns. Now I must make with the lila. So the lila involve with the red color. And the lila come from the beginning almost. So I must give the space to the lila, the yarn, for that is not tie my thread. And the red will pull a little. Now I must use the green color. And always pull the yarns. Pull and let a little loose your thread. Now the orange color, color naranja en español. And we make the knit stitch and pull a little. And here I find the three lila of the border. And I must involve the lila with the last color that was the orange. This is a technique that you must make for remember. So we made the three knit stitches, and in the back is the opposite of our graphic. It's from the left to the right. So now here I must make the second color. So I must make with the green color the yarn in the front for make the purl stitch. So the lilac with the green we must involve. You can see the graphic, or you can see how I make two with my thread. So we pull and let space to our thread for that the stitches don't close. Now the second color is the lila, so I must make the lila with the green, and we involve and we make the purl stitch, punto revés en español, and we must make the same stitches, the same technique, only with the colors that come in our graphic. Now come the turquoise and the orange that was the first in the previous row. We must make the last stitch, the last purl stitch with the orange. And now the lila I must make in the back. For that we make the knit stitches. The garter stitch is the knit stitch in both sides, en ambos lados en español. 3 knit stitches and we finish. And always try to pull and let a little space to our stitches. And now for the front. From here, I will begin again to make the border. So here I stop the colors. I will tell you how many centimeters. I have almost 16 centimeters of my armband or bracelet. So here I will make in all the stitches only knit stitches. We don't involve anymore because at the end we must sew the colors or the yarn with the needle for sew. So all is knit stitches. I will make 6 rows of this stitch. Now I will make the buttonhole for my button. Don't must be so big because our threads are stretched. So here I have 13 stitches, less the 3 are 10. So are 5 in every side between the buttonhole. So for the front, I will start to make the buttonhole. I make the 5 stitches for the right side of my bracelet, pulsera en español. And here I will make 2 knit stitches again, 1 and 2, and the second will go over the first. We close 3 stitches. This is the first. This is the way that you close the stitches in the threads. So here is 1. I made a knit stitch again and the second over the first. A knit stitch and the second over the first. And here I have 4 and plus 1 is 5 stitches. So 5 for the right and 5 for the left side of my bracelet. So this is the buttonhole. And here I will make increases. So I must make 3 increases in the center. First I make the 5 knit stitches, 3, 4 and 5. And here for make the increase, look, I catch the yarn with my 2 fingers, look, with the 2 fingers, and from the left to the right, look, left to right and into the needle. This is the first. Again, left, right, and into the needle. This is the second. And now I made the third stitch. Left, right, and into the needle. So this is increases, not so tight. And here I continue with the 5 knit stitches of the left side. And now we have the 13 stitches again. We turn, and this is the buttonhole. So I will make 2 rows more, but I will show you how I will make the stitches that we make, the increases. I will show you. This is the 5, and now I will make the 6. Try to open, they close, so you must try to open, and we make the knit. This is the 6. We try to open the stitch, and we make the 7, 7 en español, the 8, the number 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. 13 stitches, 13 puntos. And again, this is the last row. And I will close my bracelet for the front of our work. And we pass the first stitch, the second we make the knit stitch, and the first goes over the second. We make the knit stitch in the next stitch and the first over the second. Like this, we close all the threads in knitting. Knitting dos agujas or palitos en Spanish, en español. So we make the knit stitch always and the first over the second. And here I will cut. I will open a little the stitch, cut the yarn, and the yarn enter into this last stitch. And always pull or push for that is uniform our work. And we finish our bracelet. Now for the reverse, I show you how I sew my thread. I only pass the needle in the center of the stitches. In the front you don't see my needle. Needle, aguja en español. I will make a loop into my needle for make more secure our sew. Sew, coser en español. You must make the same with the yarns of our bracelet. When your yarn is secure, you can cut. So, like this, you must sew your yarn in the thread. I will back for show you how I sew the bottom in my bracelet. Now, I will sew my bottom. First, I will use the yarn of the beginning, and in the reverse, I try to pass only in the center of the stitches, not so strong, not so tight. Don't make tight your yarn, only a little loose. I make the loop over the needle for make more secure my yarn. And here I will make the bottom and I will sew to my bracelet. Now from the reverse I will pass to the front between the bracelet and the bottom, and I will make the yarn around the bottom and I will pass to the back. And here I will try to sew my yarn too again. This is for make secure our thread. Now I cut the yarn and ready. Like this you close your bracelet. Now I show you how I sew the last yarn of my bracelet. Bracelet, pulsera en español, armband in Dutch or German. When you see that your yarn is super secure, you can cut. And we finish our nice bracelet in knitting. Has a beautiful color in the center. For the front and for the reverse are nice. It's a beautiful bracelet that you can use in any time, en cualquier ocasión, en español. So nice. With the bottom is super nice too. I hope that you like and we see us in my next tutorial. Muchas gracias y hasta la próxima. Chao, chao.